Muy buenas noches, queridos estudiantes de Prepa en Línea CEP. ¿Cómo se encuentran el día de hoy? Estamos ya transmitiendo este segundo espacio abierto con tu asesor virtual. Yo soy tu asesor Connie Vázquez Chávez y pues bueno, vamos a trabajar en este segundo espacio de la semanita 3 del módulo 7. Estamos ya casi por culminar. Así es de que vamos a iniciando esta sesión. Es 7 en punto, como estaba programado. Vamos a ver rapidísimamente los temas de cómo es que vamos a trabajar esta semana, esta tercera semana. Si no tuvimos la oportunidad de entrar a la primera sesión o de revisar el primer video, pues bueno, vamos a estar trabajando algo similar y también vamos a ver cuestiones del futuro, ¿ok? Del will and going to. Y pues bueno, voy a compartir, antes de que todo esto comience, voy a compartir mi pantalla para proyectarles my PowerPoint so you guys can check. Okay, here we go. So before that, okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna double check that I'm sharing my screen perfectly. And yes, I'm doing it. Ok, so vamos a comenzar, chicos, con este espacio abierto y les recuerdo que al final vamos a tener unos minutitos para sus preguntas. Si va surgiendo alguna duda en el inter de la explicación, algún comentario que también quieran hacer, algo que ustedes vayan teniendo en la oportunidad de preguntarlo, pero va a ser al final de la sesión. Y hay un chat, ahí ustedes pueden ir escribiendo todas sus dudas que vayan surgiendo. Y al final, entonces voy a revisar cada una de las preguntitas para poderlas contestar. ¿Ok? So, welcome to this third session, Module 7, My Life in Another Language. I am your virtual advisor, Connie Vázquez, and we're just about to begin this open session. Okay, so the purpose is to explain you guys the assignments of the week. Okay, and I'm going to give you another extra tool to improve your language learning. It's another extra dictionary I'm going to give to you, and of course this session purpose is as well for the week 3, and we're working on unit 4, my goals, which is future tense. Okay, we are going to describe everything in future. Last week we did it in past. So for this week is going to be future. So that is the purpose of the session. Let's go very quickly for the checklist. We're going to check very easily, very quickly the evaluation criteria. We're going to check the resources of the week. We're going to check the learning forum. What are we going to do in the learning forum? We're going to check the assignment 5, be a positive thinker. Assignment 6, opening ceremony. We're going to talk about other subjects, and we're just going to check very quickly the social emotional activity and the questionnaire, because at the end, that activity you're going to see it some specific instructions with the tutor. Okay, so but just I'm going to give you like a quick flash back of the information. Also, we have 2 surveys you need to answer, 2 questionnaires. One is module 7 evaluation, and the other one it is the virtual advisor evaluation. Okay, I'm just going to give you some general information related to it. And we have the last part, which is the Linga Dictionary, which is also a very good tool for you to keep working on your new language. Okay, so what did you learn last week? So for this module, we are combining the present tenses, the past tenses, and the future tenses. For the last week, okay, week number 2, you learned how to describe your past events, how to use your simple past, your past continuous, and how to work with the regular and irregular verbs in past forms. Okay, so you saw these topics. Now you know how to describe your past events, right? And for today, we're going to work on the future. Will be going to. Okay. Also, you worked on your fluency and the pronunciation, because I remind you, the whole module, you need to record audios. Okay. Because it is the only way we can know, the only way we have as advisors to check your pronunciation and your fluency, to see that you are working with this skill, okay? Reminding you that we have 4 languages skills to develop: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So the speaking, the only way to check it, the only way to assess it, it is by the audios. So that's why it's very important you do the audios, okay? Well, let's move on to the evaluation criteria. We are right now over here, week 3, and each integrated activity has the 7% of your total score in the module, okay? So you did 2 in the first week, 2 in the second week, 2 in this third week, and that is the total 42%, okay? Also consider that you have the social emotional questionnaire, okay, which is the 5%, and the 5% on the top, which is the first week. So now you're going to have 2 social emotional questionnaires, one in the first week, one in the second one, and both of them add the 10% of your final score. Also consider, guys, and it's very important, that you do the formative activities, because those are the 5% also. So those are the green charts. The green squares are in the platform. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So you need to work on those exercises too. And those exercises, the platform is going to assess them, okay? The platform is going to evaluate them, so you don't have to report these exercises to anybody, but the platform is going to do it for you, okay? So it's very important you guys consider this evaluation criteria, okay? Here we go. The resources of the week. Um, as I always tell you guys, oh, there's something very important. Let me go back to this. In the social emotional activities, okay, and the formative activities, there's no way to give you extensions. No way, okay? Because those are activities evaluated directly in the platform. So there's no way we can give you extensions for these 2 activities: the social emotional and the um, formative activities, okay? The only activities we can activate extensions are the integrated ones. These ones are over here in all the weeks, except the project and except the forum, integrated forum, ¿ok? Para esto es muy importante, chicos, que consideren que si por alguna razón ustedes necesitan una extensión, suponiendo que no entregamos las tareas de la semana 2, ¿ok? Y solicitan una extensión, estas tareas, estas actividades integradoras son las únicas que podemos habilitar para que hagan su entrega, ¿ok? Nada más. Si por algo no realizaste los ejercicios, las actividades formativas y por algo no realizaste el cuestionario socioemocional, esas actividades no se pueden otorgar extensiones, no se les puede activar una extensión para que las entreguen, ¿ok? Entonces sí es importante que las realicen porque son parte del score de su calificación en el módulo general, pero también consideren que no va a haber extensiones para su entrega, no se pueden habilitar, solamente las integradoras que están acá en las semanas, ¿ok? Ok, so now the resources of the week. You cannot skip any single resource. You can't. You need to check all of them. Okay? For example, you're going to talk about your goals, your plans. You're going to use the auxiliary wheel over here. Once you finish working with these 2 resources, then you move on to the exercises practice. Okay? So if you don't work on these 2 resources, then the exercises could be kind of complicated for you because you didn't see the resources previously. So you need to work on them first and then do the exercises, right? Otherwise, if you say, I know the topic, I know what you're talking about, but nah, I'm not gonna check the resources over here, and then you just move on right directly to the exercises, perhaps you're not gonna have the 100%. So that's why I'm telling you, you need like mandatory checking all the resources. So I'm going to go over here just to give you a quick glance at it. So check it out. You work on the resources over here, and then you practice in these exercises. You finish the exercises, you work on the what are you going to do, and then practice the going to. So that's why I'm telling you, you cannot skip any resource. Then you work with the will and going to, work with talking about the future, and then do the exercises practices. Okay? After this, then you're going to have these two activities, which are the integrated activities, 7% and 7% of your score. And the other 5% are these ones. Formative activity 5, formative activity 6. Okay? Those are going to be in your final score over here in the 5%. That's the reason why you need to work on them. Okay? Cool. So there's other chapter here in the platform, which is called to learn further and to practice further. What are these two icons about? Okay, the first one is about, for example, more tutorials from the topics, okay, from the previous topics. For example, if you have not very clear the information about when to use will or what is the structure of the going to, you click in here because it's going to take you to another section in which you're going to have more videos. For example, the difference between the will and the going to. Okay, so here you have more examples about will and going to, and these videos are tutorials, are for you to learn more about the topic. Okay, to learn how to make the difference between those two, how to learn the pronunciation about would, how to learn about the modal or the auxiliary verb would, you know? So here are the videos for you to learn more. That's why the icon says learn farther. Okay? So if you have the topics very clear, you totally understood, and then you say, okay, I know the topic, I know the difference between those two things, and also I know the structures, how to say the positive statement, how to say a negative statement with those structures, how to say ask a question with those two grammar structures. Okay, I want to practice more, I want to do more exercises, then I click in this icon. Okay, which you're going to find more examples, more exercises. So if you click in here, it's going to take you to another website, which is going to give you more exercises about it. Uh, well, I need to confirm the cookies, so I'm not going to do it right away. But okay. So the idea is that if you click in there, guys, you're going to have another website with more exercises to practice, just when you understood the topics pretty well. Okay? There's another section on the top which is similar. It is Fuentes de Consulta. So if you click in here, also is going to give you more videos related to the topics you're going to see in the whole module. For example, the auxiliary verbs do, does, and did. What is the did, right? Simple past, how to pronounce the word. And if you click in there, it's going to take you to some more videos, okay? To practice, to watch, and to, clarify all the questions you have, okay? So that is right on the top of the website here, Fuentes de Consulta. And if you go to your week, then you have learn further, practice further. Okay? Well, now that you have extra information, now that you checked all the resources, now that you worked on all the exercises, okay, and do the formative activities, then you move on to your assignments of the week. We have the learning forum, the Be Positive Thinker, and the opening ceremony. All the homeworks in this module have an audio to be recorded. Okay, so get ready for it. The learning forum. Let's move on to this part. Okay, What are the goals for this learning forum? You're going to describe your future plans. You're going to share with the rest of the Prep Online community about your plans. What are you going to do? You can share about, I don't know, your plans in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Maybe what are you going to do after finishing your Prep Online, studies. Maybe you can share about, I don't know, a trip that you have planned before. Maybe you are going to buy a car, a house, something, okay? Something related to your personal life, to your wishes, to your desires, to your goals, to your objectives in life, okay? But everything got to be structured in future tense, using will or going to, okay? Because that's the main purpose for this week 3. This forum is not evaluated, but it is important that you guys participate because that's the only way you're going to improve your writing. Remember, writing is one of the skills you need to develop in this module, writing. But also, when you read the information from your classmates, you are also improving your reading skill. So you are working with both. Okay? Reading and writing skills are developed in this um, forum. That's why it's very important you guys consider it and participate. Also, this forum is going to prepare you for the last one, which is the integrated forum, and there is a rubric for that forum. So that's why you guys, along the way, keep practicing it in this weekly forum. So when you get to the last part, the integrated forum is going to be easier for you to start working and following the specific instructions that forum has. ¿Ok? Este foro, chicos, no se lo pierdan. Aunque no es evaluable, es muy importante que lo consideren porque aquí estamos desarrollando principalmente dos habilidades, que es la escritura, ¿ok? Y que es la lectura. ¿Por qué la lectura? Porque cuando ustedes están leyendo todo lo que los demás compañeros publicaron, obviamente estamos poniendo en práctica nuestra comprensión lectora. Entonces es muy importante también continuar desarrollando esa habilidad y practicar en estos foros es parte de ello. Y por supuesto, redactar, escribir, estamos desarrollando esa otra habilidad de producción que la van a poner en práctica en estos foros. Además, estos foros los van a preparar para que cuando lleguen al foro final, que es el foro de integración, que sí es evaluable, que sí hay una rúbrica y que hay instrucciones muy específicas que realizar, entonces estos foros ya los van llevando por un caminito, ya van ustedes trabajando, ya van sabiendo cómo interactuar con la comunidad de prepa en línea, cómo interactuar con sus compañeros. Entonces, es muy fácil llegar a la parte final de los foros si ustedes continúan practicando en estos. Siempre, siempre tomando en cuenta y hay que considerarlo las reglas de netiqueta en todo momento. ¿Ok? Okay. Be a positive thinker. Let's move on to homework number 5. What are we going to do over here? Okay. The goals for this homework is for you to describe your personal future goals or plans in a way of describing about yourself, about your family and friends, about the professional area and the economic, okay? All of them are going to be wishes, desires, activities, plans, goals, objectives, all of it related to your future plans. Also, you're going to practice your fluency and your pronunciation as well. And you need to use the auxiliary will, be going to, and also would like, okay? The auxiliary, the modal verb would. There's a rubric and there is a template. The audio must be recorded in 1 minute and 30 seconds. But if you exceed that time, it's not going to be a problem for me, okay? If you exceed for, I don't know, exceed for, could be 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 more seconds, it's not going to be a problem. But anyway, I'm going to tell you what kind of things you need to record first. Let's go and check this one. That is the opening ceremony. Positive thinker. You need to check 2 things. Check the template and check the rubric. Okay? If you just fulfill the template and you don't check the rubric, perhaps you're going to skip one of the things, the criteria in the rubric, and that is going to be a problem because then your final grade is going to be decreased. Okay? For example, over here, just give you a quickly example. Check it out. If you don't share your audio link, you are going to the last column of the criteria. This one, you see? So this is part of the things you need to check in the rubric. I suggest you to go and read only the expert part. Why the expert part? Because that's the one is going to give you the 100 points, right? And that's what we want. So if you want, you can read all of it. But I suggest you to go just directly to the expert part, okay? To get the 100 points. Okay, so let's first check this one very quickly and then move on to the template. Okay, what are we going to do over here? This rubric and the template are, very accurate, are very, matching. They match very well. So there's no way you do one thing in the template and the rubric is evaluating you another thing. Both are matched. So what is happening over here? First, you're going to download the template over here, right? Which I already did it. Then you're going to answer questions, okay, in the first column. Then in this, in all the structures are there and all the criterias are asking you, okay, you use the structures using would, you use the structures with will, with going to, you express your future using these three structures. You use all the vocabulary within the unit, learned in the unit. You talk about your future goals, right? Also, you write a paragraph from 5 to 8 lines, okay? If you are writing a paragraph from 5 to 7, well, you're going to be decreasing your final grade, okay? So consider it too. And also that you use some elements, some structures over here like will and going to, okay? It's very important to use it. You talk about your profession, you talk about, I don't know, economic issues, you talk about your job in that paragraph too, okay? You record your audio for sure. And of course, you share your document. Also, you accomplish all the instructions in the template. But if you are missing something in the template, suppose that you didn't add the audio link. What is going to happen? You are, accomplishing only the 80%, because you didn't do that section in the activity. So be very careful with it. If you didn't do the paragraph, also you're going to be decreasing it because it's not the 100 activity, the 100% of the activities in the template you are doing. You are missing a section. So that's why you are decreasing your grade. Okay. Also, if you ask for an extension, even if your homework it is perfect, no grammar mistakes, no spelling, no syntaxis mistakes, if you ask for an extension, it is over here. ¿Ok? Lo entrega en el espacio destinado, pero no lo hace dentro de los tiempos estipulados o con la nomenclatura solicitada. What is that thing? This one is the code you need to use to save your documents. If you don't do this, guys, you're going to be decreasing your final grade. Even if your homework is totally perfect. What is the nomenclatura solicitada? What is the code? Let's check it over here. It's right here, okay? Your last name, your name, module 07, S3, it is week 3, semana 3, actividad 5. Semana 3, actividad 6. En este caso, lo que cambia es la actividad y es la semana, ¿ok? Son los números los que van cambiando. Todo lo demás es el mismo código, ¿ok? ¿Por qué es importante que guarden sus documentos de esa manera? Porque lo marca también la rúbrica. Si tú no lo entregas en el tiempo que es, o tu tarea puede estar muy impecable, no tiene ningún error, está súper bien redactada, contiene todos los elementos que te pide el formato, pero no lo guardaste con el nombre correcto, entonces estamos bajando de calificación, ¿ok? Hay que considerarlo también. So if you organize your information, it is accurate, it is clear, it's understandable, then you're going to be over here in the expert part, okay? And you work also with an etiquette rules, very important for these virtual activities we're having, okay? And you don't have any grammar mistakes, no mistakes in pronunciation, or when you are presenting, your oral participation in this in the audios. If you have some mistakes, of course, you're going to be decreasing it according to the number of mistakes you have. But in the speaking part, I'm not going to be that hard with you guys, because I understand that some of you is the first time you are facing, this new language. So I'm not going to be that hard in this part, but the one in grammar, that for sure it'll be okay, because you are working within the week with all of this information. You have a lot of materials to understand this, so there shouldn't be any mistakes in grammar. Okay, so then you apply all the vocabulary. You recognize importance of using the language for future, goals, right? To describe your future goals, and you are working with your audio, and we understand perfectly what you are pronouncing, and your fluency is pretty well. Okay, so that's the way you're gonna get your 100 points. Now let's move on to the template. Okay, be a positive thinker. What is going on over here? Very easy. What you're going to do is answer these questions and write them in future tense using the structures are over here. I would, and I will, and using the structure be going to. Okay, so that is very important. You consider it when typing your sentences. Okay, how many sentences do I have to write in every single chart? Only one. If you want to describe more, go ahead. Perfect. Okay, but it is just only one. What are you going to do? Talk about your personal goal. Talk about your emotional goals. Could be related to your friends, to your family. Here, talk about your professional goals and your economic goals. For example, okay, question one says, what would you like to improve in your life? In my personal, me as a person, I would like to improve my English fluency, for example. Okay, check it out. You need to add the structure, I would, right? And that is a simple sentence. That's it. Okay. So what would you like to improve with your family, with your friends? Oh, well, you can also use the contraction. I like to, maybe I like to be a better daughter, right? Maybe I'm not the perfect daughter, so I like to be a better daughter. I want to improve that part of my life. Okay. As well, you are using the structure. So, what would you like to improve in your life about your professional career? Well, I like to take new courses, could be, to update my teaching. That's the way I want to improve it. So also using the structure. And at the end, economic. Well, I like to, I don't know, to get a new promotion. And that promotion is going to give me more money. Okay. Also, some of your goals could be related to each other, right? Because, if you have a promotion in a professional area, you're going to be good in economic, right? So your goals could be related to each other or among all of them, because at the end, it's a goal. right? It's a personal stuff you are like having as a challenge, right? Okay, so what is going on in the second column? What are you planning to do next year? Well, next year in my personal life, I will go to maybe this time I'm going to Canada. I will go to Canada, or maybe I am planning to do something extra with my family. I will go to visit my relatives in USA, right? Maybe in the professional, I will find a new job because the one I have, maybe I'm not that comfortable. Or if I finish one career, then I will find a job. In the economic, then I'll think about, I don't know, I will, could be something like I will find a possibility to increase my earnings. Okay? But check it out. The most important thing here is you include the auxiliary will. Okay? That's what happens over here. Then, what are you going to achieve in 2 years? Well, in 2 years, maybe going to have, I'm going to take a course related to, I don't know, my personality, perhaps. So the most important thing also is to consider the grammar structure going to, right? Talking about your family, talking about all your friends. What are you going to do in 2 years? Oh, I am going to do this. I am going to do that. Okay? So you can explain your purpose. You can explain your goal. You can use a lot of sentences if you want, but use the structures. Okay? Then, after that, what is next? Very easy. You're going to write a paragraph from 5 to 8 lines describing how you will be in 5 years. Okay? Your future plans in 5 years. Okay, what am I going to do in 5 years? You have two ways to do it. First, you can write numbers and you can write 5 long sentences, or you can write the complete paragraph. Okay? But remember and take into account the 8 to 5 lines. That is very important, because if you just do 3 lines, 2 lines, then you're going to be decreasing your final grade according to the rubric, because you are writing these goals very superficial, and it's not going to be that accurate. So what are you going to record over here? The last part of the activity, you are going to record the answers and the questions. They say over here, answers and questions. Oh, okay. So then I go back. The way to record this is very simple. I suggest you for you to record only one question and the rest of your answers column by column. Okay? For example, what would you like to improve in your life? I would like to improve my English fluency. I like to be a better daughter. I like to take new courses. I like to get new promotion. Okay? Then move on very quickly. What are you planning to do next year? I will go to Canada. I will go to visit my relatives in USA. I will find a new job. I will find the possibility to increase my earnings. What are you going to achieve in 2 years? I'm going to take a course related to my personality. I am going to have a special party with I don't know, with my family. Okay? So that's the way you can read the questions and the answers column by column. So in that way, it's going to be easier for you. Okay? vamos a tratar de grabar el audio que hagas tu preguntita y el resto de tus respuestas, tu preguntita, el resto de las respuestas así como una tras otra de corrido para que te sea más fácil. No se trata que esta actividad de audio te genere como frustración, ¿no? Como cansancio, porque sí, a veces es un poquito complicado, más pensando en que tenemos que practicar mucho para poder llegar a esta parte de la fluidez, a esta parte de la pronunciación. A veces tenemos que practicar bastante, pero porque estamos también como un poquito estresados pensando en el tiempo que dura nuestra grabación. Entonces, no se sientan estresados, no se sientan frustrados, vamos a hacerlo tranquilamente, practiquen bien sus oraciones y una forma sencilla de grabarlo es así, ¿ok? La pregunta a lo que te refieres con tus respuestas y entonces nada más vas pronunciando cada una de tus respuestas para que te sea más fácil. Te pasas a la siguiente columna y así te vas, de acuerdo a las 3 columnas y listo. Ya terminamos con esta tarea, ¿ok? Para que sea más sencillo. Ok, then we're going to move on very quickly to homework number 6, the opening ceremony. Okay, which are the goals for this activity as well? Describing your future plans using the auxiliary will and the be going to. Okay, you can also use the simple present because here we are mixing these two tenses because when we ask questions they also could be in present, right? And you're going to describe questions and answers as well. So let's check this out. First, let's go to the rubric, which is totally kind of the same as the first activity. Why the same? Because in the attitude, communicative, and critical thinking, they're going to assess the same criteria. They're going to assess the same. The mistakes, if you organize information, if you submit if you accomplish all the template, or you are missing some activities, if you use the technology, of course, if you know how to apply the vocabulary, and if you record your audio perfectly, no mistakes, right? For these criteria are the same, which is directly related to the template is the cognitive criteria. Okay, why? Because this is gonna stick to the template, pretty sure. So you're gonna write the questions, you're going to structure all your sentences using the will and the going to express your future. You're going to write another 3 questions, okay? Then you're going to keep using the will and the going to. Also, you are going to write the answers of those 3 questions, okay? Again, the same situation using will and going to, and the vocabulary learned in the unit, okay? You write a paragraph, 5 to 8 lines, very simple. Your information is clear, is understandable, is accurate, okay? You structure your ideas pretty well, and you're using correctly all the grammar structures. You record the audio. If you have some mistakes, well, you're going to be decreasing. Okay, so that's the general idea about the rubric. So now let's go to the template. So what happens over here? Okay, you have the sentence, the instructions in English and in Spanish, right? So imagine that you are a friend of well, one of your friends, it is having an opening a restaurant, opening a shop, opening, I don't know, a company or something, right? So you're going to ask some questions related to how is that opening going to take place. Okay, so you could use the auxiliary will like this. What type of opening will it be? How will you get into that place? I don't know. You can think about a present tense question too. So maybe, I don't know, could be what kind of store, could be something. It is present progressive, but also you are using the tenses from the first units. right? So the idea is that you integrate all the knowledge you have been acquiring in the 3 weeks, right? Okay, so here first, write the 3 questions related to the opening. In the second instruction, 3 questions related to your partner, okay? What will he do or she do before the opening day? I don't know, maybe you're gonna discuss about if she's buying a new dress, if she's buying some new shoes or high heels, or if she's going to a salon to get her hair cut, if she's wearing some makeup, or if he or she's or if he's renting a tuxedo, something related to that person, okay? Then write the questions. And then the last instruction over here, it is about writing the answers for those questions. So you write the 6 questions, you answer the questions over here. As you can see, you have it 1, 2, 6, right? Then you write the answers. Could be using the going to, could be using the will. Some of them could be also in present, depending on the questions you ask. Then, what is instruction number 4? Write the paragraph as it says in the rubric. Okay, write the paragraph too. How the English can help you to get a better job. You have it over here. Okay, so same situation. If you want to add numbers, go ahead. Write 5 to 8 long sentences. Try to use any font you want. Could be Arial, could be Century, could be Calibri, I don't know, News Time Roman, etc. But try to use the number 12. Why the number 12? Because if you, well, I have found some homeworks with another font, Arial 20, Arial 19, 14. It's a huge big letter, but if I reduce it, there's gonna be only 1 or 2 lines. So it's not gonna accomplish the 5 to 8 lines according to the instruction and according to the rubric. ¿Ok? Por eso es importante, chicos, que redacten sus oraciones y sus párrafos. Puede ser la letra que ustedes gusten, con la que ustedes se sientan más cómodos, con las que les guste trabajar, pero que sí sea número 12. No lo estipula la rúbrica como tal, no lo marca, pero si tú escribes un párrafo con una letra 14, con una letra 18, una letra 20, y yo reduzco el párrafo, entonces a lo mejor tu idea va a ser muy superficial, va a ser muy corta, va a ser muy vaga, y eso sí está en la rúbrica, ¿ok? Eso sí está marcado aquí, que tus ideas no son claras, tus ideas son muy cortas, no están muy específicas, están siendo muy superficiales para eso. Entonces, ahí es donde tú vas a checar aquí en la rúbrica que si no estás atendiendo a esas cuestiones, pues obviamente vas a ir bajando de calificación, ¿ok? Si se dificulta la comprensión de la comunicación, si las preguntas son confusas o tu párrafo es confuso, si es muy superficial, si está muy generalizado, pues bueno, entonces quiere decir que tus ideas no están siendo muy claras, no las estás plasmando muy bien aquí. Es una letra gigante que no cumple con las 5 o 8 líneas y que tu idea al momento de reducirla y de leerla no va a cumplir con las especificaciones de la rúbrica, ¿ok? Va a ser muy general, muy superficial, muy vago y eso nos va a hacer que bajemos de calificación. Okay, so then at the end, what are you going to record for your audio activity? Just the paragraph. Okay, what is the paragraph? This one, the instruction number 4. Okay, just that one is the one you are going to record over here. So you record your paragraph, you copy and paste the link over here. That's it, period. And then you end with this homework. Okay, so in order to describe your future activities, let's talk about the form about will. I'm going to try to use, just give me one. Okay. When do we use will? How do we use will? Well, we're going to check out the structure of will, and we're going to say that I will go to Cancun, perhaps, next summer. Okay? If I say I don't want to go, I'm not going to go, I won't go, there's a way to say it. I will not go to. So what happens over here? That you add the not, the negative, right after the auxiliary. Okay? I will not go. But it's very common when you use it as a contraction. What is the contraction? Want. So what happens over here? You erase it, you delete it, and replace it for the O and apostrophe T. Okay? So I will not is the complete negative structure, but you can use it as a contraction. Okay? So then you say you don't want to go, you won't go. I won't go to Cancun, or I won't go to Europe, or I won't go to visit my grandpa and my grandma, right? Okay. What about the structure going to? Be going to. Okay. Let's check out the form. For the be going to, it is, let's say, I am going to buy a new car. I'm going to buy a new car, right? But if I say that I can't, I'm not going to, how do you say that? Oh, okay. So I am not going to buy a new car. So what happens over here? Well, what happens it is that I'm writing the negative particle in the middle, the verb to be, and the going. Okay? I am not going to. Or you can use the contraction in the am. I'm not going to. This is the complete. Or I am not going to buy a new car. Okay? So just take into account that the particle not goes in the middle between the verb to be and the going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to, right? I'm not going to buy a new car. Oh, yes, I'm going to buy a new car. What happens when it is a question? Are you going to buy a new car? There is something interesting here. So the verb to be goes at the beginning, then the pronoun, then the going to, and then the complement. Okay, the rest of the sentence, the verb, and so on. So it is, are you going to buy a new car? Are you going to travel to Canada? Are you going to visit your grandparents? Are you going to, I don't know, are you going to go to the cinema, perhaps? Very important here, guys, that you consider always, 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 which is part of the grammar, just to say it in one way, start your sentences with capital letters and close it with a period. Okay, that is very important. Start it with a capital letter, close with a period. And if it is a question, add the question mark, because otherwise it's not a question, right? Okay. What happens if you, in the will, I'm going to go back a little bit. If you want to ask a question using the auxiliary will you go to Cancun next summer? Very easy. So what happens over here? You place the auxiliary will at the beginning, then you close it with a question, right, mark. Place it at the beginning, the pronoun, the verb, and then the complement, the rest of the sentence. Will you go to Cancun? Will you, I don't know, move to Canada to live? Right? Maybe. So then you write the auxiliary, then the pronoun, then the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Will you eat all the cake? I don't know. Maybe you are, you know, celebrating a party and somebody asks you if you're going to eat all the cake. Will you eat all the cake? Will you buy it? So you place the auxiliary at the beginning when it is a question. Okay? So this is your negative form. This is the positive statement. This is the negative form. And you have the questions over here. Okay? I don't know if that's kind of clear. Well, so now let's move on. Now that you finish all the homeworks, I hope you don't have any more questions about it. If you have it, write it down in the chat and I'll check it at the end. Okay? Other subjects. We are about to close and to end this session. I'm going to try to close it in 10 minutes to accomplish 1 hour of session. Okay? So now let's check this one. Other subjects. Social emotional activity questionnaire. Something that you're going to check with the tutor on Friday, tomorrow. Module 7 evaluation and virtual advisor evaluation. It's very important, guys, that you do it because first it's going to give us tools as Prepa online community uh, to improve our teaching, to improve our platform, to improve our service for you guys. Okay, so please answer this service. Is going to help me in this case as your advisor. Is going to help me to improve my opportunity areas I have, right? In order to give you a better service, in order to give you a better a feedback or better follow-up activities for you. Okay. Well, I'm gonna show you here something else. Just wait a minute. Then in 72 hours, we have for evaluating your homeworks, except the weekends. If you send your homework on Sunday or Saturday, you need to count those 72 hours starting on Monday. So we have just to say it until, Wednesday more or less to check your homeworks, okay? And we are going to have 24 hours to reply your request, except weekends as well, which means that if you send a message on Friday night around 10 p.m., 11 p.m., it's not going to be possible to reply you immediately in the 24 hours, right? Perhaps I'm going to see those messages on Monday. So please be patient. And for sure, I'm going to reply them, but until Monday. So if you have any questions, you better check maybe all the resources and the templates and the homeworks and the activities from Monday to Wednesday. And if you have more questions about it, ask them during the week. And then you can start working on your activities on weekends. Okay. Extensions only for Unit 2. Well, the due date was yesterday. So the only thing I want to tell you here about is extensions are allowed or they're going to be activated from Monday to Wednesday on the next week. For example, ¿cómo se van a activar estas extensions? Estamos ahorita en la semana 3. Si por algo tú no entregaste tus tareas, sucedió algo complicado en tu familia, en tu casa, una situación personal, entonces puedes solicitar una extensión lunes, martes, miércoles en la siguiente semana, que ya va a ser la semana 4. En esa semana, en esos 3 días, puedes solicitar la extensión para esta unidad 3, en dado caso que no la entregues por algo que haya sucedido. Me mandas un mensajito, me explica la razón por la cual solicitas la extensión, pones tu nombre completo, tu grupo, y en cuanto yo lea ese mensajito en la plataforma, me voy directamente a activarles la extensión. Pero las extensiones solamente se pueden solicitar de lunes a miércoles. Si por algo tú consideras que estás teniendo una semana muy, muy pesada, muy, muy difícil en cuestión laboral o alguna situación familiar muy complicada que crees que te va a impedir entregar tus tareas en esta semana 3, entonces considera que lunes, martes, miércoles son los 3 días que tienes para solicitarla. Y otra cosa importante también, en cuanto ustedes vayan a solicitar esa extensión, tienen que tener sus tareas ya listas, ya preparadas, ya hechecitas, ya completas. ¿Por qué? Porque en cuanto yo lea su mensaje, me voy directamente a activarles la extensión. y las extensiones también tienen una caducidad de 48 horas, si mal no recuerdo. Entonces, yo voy directamente a activarles y si por algo no vieron ustedes mi mensaje de confirmación que ya están activadas sus extensiones y se nos pasa el tiempo, entonces, y ya es jueves, probablemente ya no podemos ayudarles en esa situación. ¿Ok? Entonces, si tú ya tienes tus tareas listas, organizaditas y todo bien hechecitas, mándame ese mensaje, directamente voy, lo activo y tú ya tienes esa oportunidad de subir tus tareas rapidísimo. ¿Ok? So we're going to move on also to the Linga Dictionary. It's pretty awesome. Okay. This Linga Dictionary, I sent you a broadcast about how to use it. Okay. I posted in the Novedades forum. You have a bar here, and in this bar you have a new menu, and you have some other languages. But what matters is the Spanish, English, English, Spanish. Okay. So for example, you're talking about your future ponds, and then you say you want to buy something, but you don't know the verb buy, right? Okay, ¿cómo se dice el verbo comprar? Ay, no me acuerdo, no lo sé. Okay, so I write it over here and it will give me the word. It will give me the pronunciation.
To buy.
In English, American, and in
To buy.
British. Okay. Also, I can have another synonym over here, like, purchase, or book, or get. Depends on the context of the sentence. Okay. Les puse un videito de broadcast de cómo se utiliza también esta explicación que les estoy dando así rapidísimo. Se los puse también en el foro de novedades para que lo consulten y es una herramienta más que ustedes pueden utilizar que les puede servir bastante para realizar todas sus tareas. Okay. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about. And the platform, you have the social emotional activity. It's a PDF format. You are not going to report it to anyone. It's for you to work. Okay, it's for you to analyze the information, for you just to get feedback about what you learned in the previous session with your tutor, and you are going to work on this by yourself. The questionnaire is the one that is the 10% of the total score in your final grade, which is 5% in the first questionnaire in the first week, 5% in this third week. Okay, so this is the one is going to be evaluated directly in the platform. This one you don't report it to anyone. Okay, but there is something important with the surveys. If you don't reply, if you don't answer the surveys talking about the module and talking about the virtual advisor, then you are not going to be able to see the materials, the resources from week 4. ¿Ok? Importante, chicos, consideren, si no realizamos las encuestas sobre la evaluación del asesor virtual y sobre la evaluación del módulo, no podemos desplegar los contenidos de la semana 4. ¿Ok? Entonces es importante que las realices. Son encuestas sencillitas, simplemente es información que ustedes nos van a brindar para que nosotros podamos conocer nuestras áreas de oportunidad o nuestras fortalezas también, para que podamos mejorar nuestro servicio, tanto nuestro servicio como comunidad de prepa en línea, como nuestro servicio como asesores virtuales en esta labor que estamos haciendo de educación. Entonces, es importante, chicos, que sí lo realicen, porque aparte, si no las hacemos, tiene ese candadito de que no podemos visualizar los contenidos de la semana 4. Y si, por ejemplo, ustedes ya el día de mañana ya terminaron sus actividades de esta semana 3 y quieren adelantarse a ver lo que hay en la 4 para empezar a trabajar en ella y que los tiempos no nos veamos presionados con eso, solamente si contestas las encuestas vas a poder ver la información de la 4, ¿ok? Entonces sí es importante que lo revisemos. Y en el cuestionario socioemocional es una actividad que también van a trabajar el día de mañana en la sesión de nuestra tutora. Y esto es nada más just an image, ¿ok? Una imagen de cómo es más o menos que cuando ustedes descargan el PDF, este es el contenido que tiene y ese PDF no lo van a reportar a nadie. Es para ustedes, para que ustedes trabajen con esa información, la analicen, la procesen y entonces cuando contesten su cuestionario les sea mucho más fácil contestar esta parte, ¿ok? Y puedan tener todos los puntos que la plataforma les va a evaluar aquí. Okay, so, well, I think that is it, guys. That is my email, but also you can send me a message through the platform. If it is through the platform, it's easier for me and it is faster because once I log into the platform, I go directly to check the messages so I can reply you very fast. If you send me an email, of course, it's another communication channel, but maybe it's going to take me a little bit more. Okay, it's going to take me more time to reply you by email. If you do it by the platform, it's going to be faster. Okay, so we are about to finish the session. It is 8 o'clock. We have 1 hour. But I don't want to finish this without asking you if you have any questions about it. So you can write questions. Okay, we have one question over here. Meli, en la actividad 5, en la primera fila podemos usar solo I would. Ajá. Yes, that's right. I would. Check it out. I'm going to share it again. Sí, Meli, es correcto. Ahí están. Mira, puedes utilizar I would o puedes utilizar la contracción. Aquí lo importante es que utilices este modal verb. ¿Por qué? Porque es parte de los recursos que aprendiste en esta semana, es parte de los ejercicios que realizaste en esta semana en la sección de los recursos y que es una estructura que debes de aprender. Y para que tú la consolides necesitas practicarla. Para eso vamos a practicarla en esta columna. Entonces, sí puede ser I would like to, I would, puede ser completo o puede ser en contracción. Pero tus oraciones aquí las debe de contener, ¿ok? Como lo mismo sucede que en la sección esta debe de contener el will y en esta sección debe de contener el going to, ¿ok? En cada una de las columnas. ¿Por qué? Porque es importante que en este ejercicio, en esta actividad, es precisamente donde ya vas a poner en práctica tu redacción, en donde vas a poner en práctica lo que aprendiste de las estructuras gramaticales para saber que ya quedó consolidado ese tema, ¿ok? Por eso sí es importante que estructures tus oraciones utilizando estas cuestiones del auxiliar will, del modal verb would, and be going to, ¿ok? Ok, no sé si sí contesté tu pregunta, Meli, si tienes alguna otra duda, no sé, Pablo, Alicia, si tienen alguna duda al respecto, otra preguntita. Estamos ya por cerrar la sesión, pueden escribirlo aquí en el chat. Pueden, algo referente al módulo, algo en general, algo que quieran comentar también puede ser. Okay. No, there's no questions. So, do you have any questions, guys? Okay. Ok, Meli. En esa misma actividad, estamos en la actividad 5. Vuelvo a proyectar mi pantalla. Ok. Mira, voy a reducir el template para que lo puedas ver. Yo voy más abajito y aquí dice tu actividad 2. Write a paragraph. ¿Ok? Y tienes esta otra casilla. ¿Sale? Aquí es donde lo vas a escribir. Pero si te fijas cómo está estructurado el esquema de la plantilla, en el primer cuadro escribes una oración por cada pregunta y por cada cuestión personal, emocional, profesional y económica. Y se termina ese cuadro. Esa es la actividad 1. Tu actividad 2 es aquí, donde haces el párrafo, ¿ok? De 5 a 8 líneas. Puedes utilizar viñetas con números, por ejemplo, o puedes utilizar una viñeta simple también. Puedes utilizar una viñeta simple o puedes utilizar un número para redactar tus oraciones o puedes hacer el párrafo completo, lo que te sea más sencillo, ¿ok? Lo que te sienta más cómodo, más sencillo. Porque aquí lo importante es que estructures tus oraciones largas, donde veamos aplicadas las estructuras gramaticales que estás aprendiendo en esta semana. Ahora, ¿qué vas a grabar en la actividad? En la actividad 3, en el ejercicio 3, vas a grabar las preguntas que están aquí con sus respuestas. Entonces, para esto yo te sugiero que digas la pregunta y tus respuestas de una tras otra. Y luego te pasas a la siguiente columna, la otra pregunta, tus respuestas una tras otra, te pasas a la siguiente y tus respuestas una tras otra y ya terminaste. ¿Ok? Eso es lo que vas a grabar y eso es lo que vas a copiar y pegar aquí. ¿Ok? Eh, ok, perfecto. Meli, ya quedó lo del párrafo. Voy a aplicar todas las que manejamos. Sí, ahorita es importante que tus oraciones las estructures con el will, el be going to, y para ese ejercicio en especial, el would, el modal verb would, porque es un ejercicio donde vamos a rescatar que eso es lo que tú aprendiste en esta semana 3. Pero puedes utilizar el presente simple, también lo puedes utilizar. ¿Por qué? Porque al final de cuentas el idioma es un todo. No puedes separar una cosa de otra tan simple, ¿no? Es como las habilidades, no puedes dejar de escuchar con dejar de escribir. O sea, todas las vas aprendiendo y todas las vas desarrollando al mismo tiempo. Hay actividades que se enfocan más hacia una, pero sin embargo van incluidas las demás. Entonces, ¿puedes manejar tus tiempos presentes? Sí. Aquí el detalle es que estamos en esta semana hablando del futuro. Por eso es importante que utilices el will, going to, and would. Pero sí puedes utilizar oraciones en presentes, sí. Sí puedes utilizar vocabulario de todas las 3 semanas, sí, también. ¿Ok? Para que te sea como que el complemento de lo que has estado aprendiendo en todo el módulo. Ok. Ok, Pablo, muchas gracias. Todo queda claro. ¿Qué pasa con los archivos que no se pueden abrir? ¿Cuáles archivos no se pueden abrir? ¿Las plantillas no las puedes descargar? Ok, Meli, de nada. No sé si te refieras a eso, Alicia, si son las plantillas las que no puedes descargar. Probablemente, si tu Windows es una versión anterior, a lo mejor el problema es con las versiones de Windows que no son compatibles con el recurso que está, como está diseñada la plataforma. Puede ser, pero no sé si te refieras a eso, que al momento de descargar la plantilla no la puedes abrir. O los mismos recursos. Hay veces que los mismos recursos que tú quieres observar no los puedes abrir por la compatibilidad de los Windows, pues vaya, de los procesadores que tienen y los programas que tiene cada computadora. Puede ser también por eso. Si hay alguno en particular que no puedas descargar, que no puedas abrir, o incluso si las plantillas no las puedes abrir, que son para llenarse, mándame un mensajito para yo mandarte la plantilla que yo ya tengo descargada y ver si de esa manera tú la puedes abrir. O ver si de esa manera el recurso que yo ya abrí, que yo ya descargué, tú lo puedes ver. Te lo puedo mandar por correo. ¿Ok? No sé si a eso te refieras, Alicia. Ok. Vamos a esperar a la respuesta. Ah, ok. Sí, pero sí, ¿has tenido problemas para abrir algún recurso en especial o para descargar tus plantillas? ¿Cuál ha sido el detalle muy puntual? ¿Descargar las plantillas? Te las puedo mandar a tu correo electrónico. Hay veces que los recursos también pudieran, no están exentos de tener alguna situación de la cual no se puedan abrir, no se puedan descargar, etcétera. Entonces, de ser así, tendríamos que mandar un reporte a soporte técnico con un screenshot de lo que está sucediendo y una explicación muy breve de por qué no se puede realizar tal acción en la plataforma para que soporte técnico entonces haga esa revisión de lo que está sucediendo y pueda darle una solución. ¿Ok? No sé si contesté tu pregunta, si sí es eso a lo que te referías, ¿sí? Ok. So guys, if we don't have any more questions, if we don't have any more comments, so it is time to close this open session, ¿ok? Estamos ya en este momento por cerrar nuestro espacio abierto, nuestro segundo espacio de la semana. Para la siguiente semanita, igual vamos a tener 2 espacios para compartir, para revisar lo que vamos a trabajar en el proyecto integrador. Ya es la última semana, la semana de cierre, y hay que checar muy puntualmente qué vamos a trabajar en los foros y qué vamos a trabajar para el proyecto integrador. Entonces, pues bueno, chicos, si ya no hay más comentarios, si ya no hay más preguntitas, doy por terminada este segundo espacio abierto de la semana 3. Y pues bueno, muchísimas gracias por asistir, por estar aquí al pendiente. Y esta sesión va a quedar grabada y la voy a publicar en el foro novedades por si necesitan consultarla posteriormente, tengan esa información ya ahí. Okay, so thank you so much for attending the session, guys. I'm very happy to have you here. And have a good night, everybody, and see you next week. Okay? So thank you so much. Bye-bye.